We're talking with SBR contributor John Ryan from johnryansports.com, looking at the football opening lines for college football Week 10, NFL Week 9, although we're looking at them on Tuesday morning, so the lines have marinated a little bit. We just got done talking about college football. Now we're going to move on to the NFL. John, you ready for the NFL?
I sure am, Peter.
Right, the first one I want to ask you about is a pretty interesting line that caught my eye. It opened, it's Atlanta -7 on the road at Indianapolis. Indianapolis, of course, has been horrible, great bet against, but I heard that the Sharps loved Indianapolis last week and, of course, got burned by them. Now they're a 7-point home dog. If they're really that terrible, that's not that big of a line. What do you think? Do you think this line will move off the 7? And which way?
I think it will. And I think it actually may come down, Peter. Indianapolis, much as we saw the Rams last week, which was one of my lucky 5-star plays, Indianapolis sooner or later is going to win a game. I don't see them going 0-16. I don't buy into this, lose the game to get the number 1 pick and luck. I think that's a bunch of malarkey, for lack of a better word. And Atlanta's not in a good spot here, in my opinion. So I think you're going to actually see this line drift lower.
Right.
The public may be smart enough, giving them some credit, not to lay more than a touchdown with an Atlanta team that on any given week, you really don't know what you're going to get with them.
You had the Rams last week as a 5-star play?
I did. It is documented in black and white, Peter.
You asshole. I had the Saints team total over 30. I got fucking buried on that one. Jesus Christ. What do you think of the Buffalo Jets line? The Jets have been kind of shaky at times, and Buffalo, they had a pretty good win last week. It's just 1. Does that surprise you? That a line opened Buffalo -1 at home?
Yeah, it did. It really did. This one surprised me probably more so than any line on the board. I had this opening at Jets -3. So I was completely wrong on that end. And, Buffalo is a real team. So the fact that they're at a pick 'em or -1 is not all that surprising. I just thought that given the situation where the Jets are in the standings, that this game takes on more importance for them than Buffalo, actually.
And then we got Washington. They're a home dog of 3.5 against the Niners. That half point, you think that's going to go away, or do you think that people are going to be betting the Niners?
The Niners game is really tough to call because it wasn't too long ago that Washington was in first place and everybody was thinking that Washington was a solid team with a great defense that was only going to get better. And then all of a sudden you have the Rex Grossman situation and everybody else knows the details. The 49ers are a very good team. But again, in the NFL, for a team that is not accustomed to winning, to go on the road and play on the East Coast, of course, being favored by 3.5, 4 is a tough assignment, but I think the line will go to 4.5.
Oh, you think so? You think it'll go that way? All right, and then there's one other game I want to ask you about, which is a Dallas -12 at home. And anytime you see a double-digit line in an NFL, you're always careful about taking that favorite, no matter how much you like them. But they had, they got embarrassed by Philly last week. Seattle, of course, is just embarrassing in general, though. So maybe there's good value there. You think that line should be 14? You think it'll move up there? I have to think before you answer that question. I have to think that the public is going to pound the hell out of Dallas, and the books are going to need Seattle big, and that if Dallas gets one of those 25-point wins, that the books are going to lose a lot. And I think especially the public is going to pound the hell out of Dallas 10-point teasers.
I agree across the board with everything you said.
Yes.
I go on record again as saying that Dallas is the team that will win the NFC East.
Right.
They laid an egg in Philadelphia. That's just one game. They played a very bad game on both sides of the ball. It's just one bad game. New England has played bad games twice this year now. That doesn't mean that they're not Super Bowl contenders. I think 13 here is probably a lot of value.
Yeah, I bet you that Dallas will be in every 10-point teaser that the books see this weekend. All right, and then are there any other NFL lines that caught your eye, or are we done?
The one that did catch my eye was the Denver-Oakland game. And I know, it's a shame with Tim Tebow and all the crap that's getting thrown in his direction, why he's never going to be an NFL quarterback. But, if you look at those videotapes, maybe some of those offensive linemen don't belong being NFL players either. There was a lot of matador blocking going on, and I don't know if that's because there's no unity with Tebow or what the case may be, but that wasn't all Tebow's fault.
All right, well, I think that just about does it for our look at the NFL Week 10 openers. Thanks so much once again, John Ryan.
Thank you, Peter.
And good luck again in your thread. May you have another 9 in 1 week.
I appreciate the encouragement.